Hello everyone, and as you can see, today we're going to be talking about one game, Resident Evil 3. So, as of yesterday, I finished Resident Evil 3, which was incredibly short, and I'm going to be talking about what it was like today. First off, I never really saw the appeal of playing as Jill Valentine, as I never have played any of the games with her in it. I'm in the middle of playing the remake for the Nintendo Switch, and I picked Chris. Unfortunately, I shouldn't have, in hindsight, because it's really bad playing as him. But after playing through Resident Evil 3, the remake, Jill is such a badass and such a cool character, and a nice change to Leon, because Leon was such a lovable, fun character, and Jill kind of has more serious and straight to the point, which was really, really cool twist on how they did that. The setting of the game in Raccoon City is a really, really gorgeous looking place, and it's set up so well to make it seem much bigger than it actually is. Kind of what they did in Resident Evil 2, where they took this small building and made it huge by making you go through different areas, get keys to open up new places, lots of travelling back. They do that in Resident Evil 3, but they hide it a bit better by having multiple ways to get to one area. I'm thinking of the starting area to begin with, where you run past the toy store, and there's various ways you can get to the building that you need to get to, where the subway terminal is, and even the way that when you encounter your first battle with Nemesis on top of the scaffolding site, you end up back where you started in that area, which is very cool, the way it lapsed on each other. So yeah, that gets a thumbs up. A negative of the game, however, though, is I actually thought Nemesis, the creature itself now, was just actually too easy to defeat from time to time. I know he had his weird webby thing. I'm going to show a video of that right now. Yeah, there you go. That thing was a pain in the ass to deal with, because it just every few seconds he would do that and just drag you back. The dodge mechanic in it was a nice addition. I don't think it would have worked in the second game because the narrow hallways, it kind of suited the atmosphere, not being able to dodge, having to think, what the hell am I going to do here? Whereas in Resident Evil 3 you had that space and you had much more zombies coming at you, and they were actually a bit faster, I found, than the second one. I don't know if they actually are or not, but it seemed like they were. So yeah, the dodge mechanic was well received. The weapons, again, it was a bit too easy to get some of them. Like in Resident Evil 2 you had to solve various puzzles just to get, I know the shotgun one wasn't too difficult, but to get the Magnum you have to go do a whole rigmarole of things to get that. Whereas in this one, you just find it lying on the floor outside the hospital in this courtyard. And I was like, I would have liked more of a challenge. Well, I know you don't have to go that way. It's optional to explore the hospital once you regain control of Jill, but who wasn't going to? That's another thing I'd like to talk about, is the new enemies that we see in this one. We didn't see the Gravedigger, which we kind of thought we might. Personally, I'm kind of happy, because the Gravedigger enemy is just bizarre how anyone could think that thing would look good nowadays. But in terms of the Hunter Gammas, oh my god. I did not play the original Resident Evil 3. Actually, I played it on emulator for a little while, and I didn't get anywhere near that area of the game where the Hunters start to appear. But Jesus Christ, they are terrifying. There's a sequence where Carlos has to take them on, and it seems like you're going to be like, yeah, sorry. They fucking kill you so easy. One slash and my throat was dripping all over the place. I got to the point where I was actually screaming when one came on the screen, in a jump scare. I actually went, ah! So I really like that enemy. What other ones? The Regenerators from Resident Evil 4 kind of made an appearance in there. I suppose this is kind of where they were introduced to show where they came from in Resident Evil 4. But they are so cool looking in this game. They're oozing grey blobs, and they just look gross, and it's really cool. The length of the game is a major issue for me. Way too short. I finished it in 3 hours. Usually I'm really slow at these games, but I kind of put it down to that I had only recently finished Resident Evil 2 again, so I'm used to scavenging, used to dealing with these zombies really quickly, and I know don't shoot everyone, go around, have a look in this corner, there's definitely something there, so I avoided a lot of backtracking in that regard. But even so, I was expecting a kind of 4 or 5 hour journey, because I had a feeling they weren't going to do 2 campaigns. I was kind of hoping they would slightly have like a little Carlos prequel to show how they got on before they met Jill, but we didn't get that anyway. But I was hoping that because 2 characters are playing in the one simultaneous campaign, that they were going to stretch it out a good bit more. Like, the Carlos segments are fine, but if they were going to do that, I would have preferred to have much more of Jill, because it kind of seemed a bit too split down the middle. Jill is the main character, Carlos is only a side character. We don't want to play as him as too long, even though he is super cool in this game. So overall, with Resident Evil 3, I am pleased. I'm very pleased. We got a free game with it, Resident Evil, was it Project Resistance? I haven't played it yet. I've been told it's good. There's plenty of things to do once the game is over. You have so many unlockables. There's extra challenges. There's even harder game modes, which I probably won't touch because they're going to be too hard. So there's a lot more things you can do in this game, and they'll probably release even more. The game also ends on a bit of a cliffhanger with someone picking up the vial that they broke on top of the roof with the battle with Nikolai, and that could be interesting to have like Resident Evil 3.5 introduced somehow. I don't know how they do it, unless they want to go with like kind of mixing that into a Code Veronica remake, which I've never even looked at Code Veronica. I only know the synopsis, but I'd be so interested to see another version of a Resident Evil remake like these styles. I think they're super gorgeous. The RE engine is amazing, and they're just breathing fresh lease of life into these classic games while still remaining true to the original story. It's so refreshing, and I actually can't wait for Resident Evil 8, because I want them to keep that separate first person thing while still keeping this the remake versions separate. So keep the RE7 style for future games, but if we're going to do any more prequels, keep them exactly like RE2, RE3. I wouldn't even mind seeing RE1 remade in this style. I know it did get a remaster, but it didn't really get a remaster. Give me an RE1 remake like this, and you can have all my money. Also, to announce that we will be covering the game in a Let's Play series. I don't know when I'm going to get the time to record it, but we will be, and it will be up on the channel as soon as we have it recorded. There will be no wait time. So that's pretty much it. Let me know what you thought of Resident Evil 3. Personally, I enjoyed it. Yeah, so thank you very much, and we'll see you again.